Welcome back to Ask a Man Monday, baby. What's going on? My birthday weekend, baby. Birthday weekend. This is a birthday edition. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to have everybody back with us, man. It's been a week already, and I miss y'all. And we got the homeboy, Carl Shaft. Carl, thank you for being back and filling in for Newsy. I appreciate it. I really do. So shout out to Carl for that. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the birthday wishes. It's been a great day. Uh, I'm blessed to be in here for another year. What else I got? Thank y'all for subscribing. Shout out to that. Carl, how you been, man?
I cannot complain one bit. I mean, what can I say? Life is life.
Right. Right. Well, I appreciate the birthday present, man. Thank you for that. I do. Thank you. Thank you for that. So, we got some topics today, man. And we got more viewers watching the show on a weekly basis, I'm seeing. Also, we got some ladies in here that just want to come in and ask us some questions. So instead of our own questions, we're going to see what we got from the world, man. Coming to the stage first is my sister's keeper. My sister's keeper. Hello, thank you for being with us. My sister's keeper, what question would you like to know?
Okay, my question is from between approachability, intelligence, and appearance. Which is the most foundational attribute that you find that is I guess more suitable for a long term partnership?
Appearance or between appearance and intelligence?
So why do you choose those two?
Uh, Appearance says a lot. In my opinion, it would kind of give me the comfort or discomfort of how you make me look, or how you you know how can I say it? Am I saying this wrong? Yo,
No?
yeah. Well, I guess yeah. How you make me look? You represent me. How you would represent me, and then you would have to have the intelligence to also understand that and put that to use and carry yourself like such.
Okay.
I mean, the only thing I could say is we know that we don't stay the way we look forever. We do get older. There is going to be changes physically to, our shape, our face, our hair, everything. But appearance has everything to do with comfortability. Appearance has everything to do with a certainty to someone being responsible for themselves and upkeeping themselves, grooming themselves, and so forth. And it's an outlook on how you keep things around you. Because if you want to go with the doctor with some type of, schematics in your head that, oh, a person that doesn't take care of their body has a clean house. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to match or it's not going to work. But let me make sure I understand. You said the physical, the intelligence, and what else was the option?
The approachability.
The approachability.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Approachability. I guess that would be a good factor if you can get that person's attention. Now the job is maintaining it. So approachability on a visual, how it looks to us. Remember, men are visual, so of course we got to deal with appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Intelligence. Well, that can be subjective. You know what I'm saying? Because you may be more intelligent than him, or he may be more intelligent than you, or as life dictates to us as time go by, we can always learn more. So I'm going to go with the physical and the approach, because one thing about approach that's important to most men is we need to see that you're taking initiative. We need to see that you're going to make sure that we don't catch ADHD. You know what I'm saying? Because you bat your eye from across the room doesn't really tell me that you're as interested as if you came over with a cup of coffee and some conversation. So your approach and your initiative combined just got my attention and probably stands out different than most. So that would be more receptive. And you look good. That's even better.
Come on, because I'm not gonna approach you if you don't look good.
So part two to that, right?
Yes.
Um, if she is appearance wise, she is, all that all that you embody as a partner or potential mate, but then you get into conversation and then you discover that the intelligence isn't there, and maybe she got the hair, makeup, and the clothes, but then you go behind closed doors and it's in disarray. What's the next step from there?
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna make a lot of trips to the library. We're gonna Google a lot. We're gonna do a lot of reading, and it's sort of like this. The reason why I try to stay off the intelligence the way I delivered the first time was because we has already seen numerous millionaires that never even graduated high school, right? So
Yeah.
there's a lot of potential in people, even though their intelligence level, which again is subjective because you only know what you know. You don't know what you don't know. And we have to learn what we don't know.
Yeah.
And the only way we're going to learn that is by expanding ourselves. So if I say, hey, sis, what you doing? Let's get in the RV and travel to the United States. Well, I guess we're going to learn a hell of a lot in our travels.
You
You
damn right.
know what I'm saying? So it's how you like you said, how we approach it and how we navigate it. It's not impossible.
Mm,
It's more about just making sure you keep your body clean, together, groomed, mental space, and willingness. That's the most thing that I strongly believe that men are really gravitating to. The willingness and the initiative of that woman to say, hey, I'm here. Let's work. I'm ready.
okay.
Now I'm a little younger than y'all, so I need you to ask me that question in a different context so I can answer, please.
Okay. So let's see.
You mean translate it?
If
Yes.
you
Oh
meet,
well, here you got a bad chick, Ashanti looking. Okay, she look good as hell, but she's a few letters short of a sandwich. Can you make it work, or you gonna bail out and abort mission?
If she is willing, like you said, if she's willing, I could probably help her find her missing pages in her book.
Okay?
what if she's unclean behind closed doors? Her house,
Unclean behind. What does that mean?
her home is in disarray. You like she's just living in chaos.
Mm.
Okay, now you're talking about liabilities.
Yeah, we
Depending
talking
on the
liability.
liabilities.
I'm gonna answer this real quick, and then Carl, I'm gonna let you get it in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give her an example, and I'm gonna show her how it's supposed to be. I may even do it for her the first time, just so she can see how it's supposed to be done. Come on. And if she can't follow suit or show me that she was paying attention and followed rules and instructions and directions, come on. then I can work with that. But if she can't, then I gotta leave that alone, baby.
Okay. Mr.
And
Shell.
what was your I want to make sure I'm staying within the rhythm here. You're talking about chaos. What kind of chaos we talking about?
Her home is in disarray. Like she has no sense of organization. She's a hoarder. Just whether it's a hoarder in um and mental, like she just doesn't have her stuff together. She just looks the part, but you
Oh, to fake it till you make it. Okay, so you look
Well,
the
see, that's a
part.
whole different story now.
Yeah, right. You look the part like you can be a potential wife, but the overall gist of your background doesn't match it. Now, again, we're talking about liability. If you're looking for the translation word for men, it's really liability. How much of liability of you am I willing to tolerate and accept? Now, as I've always said before, it depends on what man you're applying for.
Right,
Because if you're applying for a dollar store dude, he don't give a damn. If
yeah.
you're applying for a basic man, he may work with you. A metrosexual male ain't going to even entertain it because he's still in the mirror. An equality man, he's going to think about how much of your liability is going to bring him down or
Hmm.
disrupt his peace. And also a balance of how much of your liability is going to hinder you from being cooperative.
Okay.
right.
Because I can help you get out of that order, mental space, whatever, but are you a good listener? Do I have to repeat myself 3, 4 times? Do you have any sort of discipline? Are you willing to learn? You know what I'm saying? This is why a lot of dudes sometimes second guess and even third guess, or some, for the most part, even disqualify altogether a woman because some men believe that you should come prepared. And if you're not prepared, then why even waste the time? In other words, they're not saying nothing more than just saying that your mother and daddy was supposed to do this. Why should I have to do it?
Right.
Especially if you're over 30.
Okay.
My
I,
sister keepers, does that answer your questions?
it does. It does. Thank y'all.
Okay, well, I thank you for coming in and asking me questions. Make sure you share this and tell all your friends about it. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Nice meeting you.
I
All
mean,
right.
nobody's perfect, male or female, but we are given a timetable from 20 to 35 to have it
Mm-hmm.
together or complete some sort of a part of the assignment. You can't be 40, 45 years old still thinking and operating and moving like you're 21, just leaving your mama's house, starting to get it old. I mean, I
Right.
can see if somebody passed away or, life is life, but there's something that you could have created as a plan B.
I would say if you grown as hell and like I said, I just turned 36. If you around that ballpark and you acting like your shit together, you talking like your shit together, and I go to your house and your shit ain't together, yeah, I might look upside your damn head. I might not
Yeah.
say nothing, but I'm gonna look upside your damn head, and I'm gonna have my head like this looking at
So let me get this straight. You got a nice body and you talk a good one, but your mattress is on the floor while the roaches and mice is playing handball in the corner, and you handed me a wrench to use your sink
you. Ain't that
because
some nasty shit?
you don't have a male in the house to fix things. You don't have uh the discipline to take pride into an interview, which is basically what it is. It's an interview.
Hmm. Right, right. Yeah, I couldn't imagine no shit like that, but I know it happens, and I know they out there.
Hmm.
Uh, you know, they just don't talk to you because they think that You ain't better than them.
Mhm.
I say my damn shoes cleaner than your house. The bottom of my shoes is cleaner than your house, baby.
Yeah, the stove, the inside of fridge, the inside of microwave, the tub, ring around the tub. I mean, these are all things that you should take pride in because one, you're eating out of it, and nobody should be buying new food and put it inside of a dirty fridge or cooking it into a dirty stove or allow somebody to take a shower in a dirty tub. I mean, this is stuff that, come on, nobody should have to teach you when you're 30 plus years old.
Hmm.
You was taught this when you was an adolescent.
Lovely me just chimes in, Carl, in the chat. She
Come on.
says, is having a career that requires a lot of your time make it hard to be in a relationship, or could you balance it?
Uh, to be honest, it can be hard. Depending on, and I don't like using that word depend because everyone is an individual and it depends on what kind of job you're talking about. So I can't make a real blanket statement with it, but I can say this: with me and my job, it became hard because rather you're a military, law enforcement, bodyguard, whatever, those type of jobs require you to be away from home more often, like a fireman, and he's not going to have the time to balance the two as much as he would like to, or as much as she wants it to. But if you're talking about a guy that give you like my dad who worked 5 a.m. and get off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon every day, 5 days a week, weekends off, yeah, he can balance that. You know what I'm saying? Because he has a set thing going on. When you're talking about the other jobs, like I said before, them niggas know what time they starting, but they never know what time they getting off because it's dictated to them when they get off. It's not
Right.
just a straight 9 to 5. So, you know,
I would say I agree with you, but me personally, I believe I can balance it. However, it depends on where at in the relationship, and when we say relationship, the maturity and the level of relationship.
right.
Uh, if it was a relationship that was just starting off, I would assume, since we call it a relationship for one, that she already knows what I do, or what I'm saying, they should already know what I do, and also,
In other words, you're saying that that's the adjustment time of y'all getting familiar with each other's schedule because it is an adjustment. When you're meeting somebody, getting with somebody, the first couple of weeks, couple of months, you know, you making time, but it's difficult because you have to adjust time. You know what I'm saying? It's not just all automatic. If you work days and I work night, we trying to navigate to figure out how we going to see each other. You
well,
know what
not
I'm saying?
only that, but if I'm dating and I have this job and this is a problem, then we're not gonna make it to a relationship. So I'm
Right.
assuming since we made it to a relationship, these things have already been worked out. So that's the aspect where I feel I could balance it because we have understanding, and this is also uh, what pays the bills. This is what
Priority.
provides us to have our lifestyle that we live in and live and share together. Um, so I don't see why it wouldn't work. Now we can also tie in. Do you trust this motherfucker while you going to work? Or do you trust this motherfucker while he at work?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And so forth and so on.
Don't
So
forget children. If she already has children, that
they
also play a
he
part
she
because
yeah.
they're getting older and their needs and priorities, yeah, that could take a hit as well. So there's a
Uh-huh.
lot of factors involved, like you said.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I hope that answers that question for whoever That's lovely me that said that. Next question, Carl. Is it intimidating when your woman makes more money than you? I think we've been asked that before.
That's immature, but okay, because I don't see where the intimidation is at.
Right.
You know, in any type of relationship, dating or whatever, who makes the most money shouldn't even be a factor because you're both operating prior to meeting each other in an independent mindset. The only
Hmm.
thing that should be turning on after y'all have been dating a while is if, as the process is going, is interdependency. How y'all gonna get along with each other? And getting along with each other shouldn't factor in the fact that she makes more money than you. That should be totally irrelevant,
Exactly.
especially if you're a man of a certain caliber. What do you care about how much money or watching her pockets?
It doesn't even matter.
Exactly.
It
Unless you
doesn't
borrow
even
money
matter.
from her or you need her money to survive, then I can see why that may be a factor to that type of dude. And then
Hmm.
that's a red flag by itself.
I can agree.
No real man or quality man, basic man would want or need to be even entertaining about how much money you make as a woman. That's totally a big red flag from
Hmm.
my observation.
A man worried about your money and having a problem with more money than you, in my opinion, if he has an attitude with you, then that must mean you must be acting like you got big nuts,
Hmm.
and you walking around here, possibly carrying yourself as if you richy rich,
Hmm.
or you the man or person with the pants since you making the bread. That would be the only reason why a man would have an attitude because of how you trying to use money as a value increaser or a belittlement to your spouse, if that is the case.
Well, let's share at least at least a highlight of something that women can make sure they can utilize when shopping or interviewing or dealing, with any interaction with a man. Okay, if a man is asking you or inquiring or curious or even concern himself about what kind of money you make and or that you make more than him at any stage of meeting or during the course of a relationship, it's a red flag.
Right,
Why? Because we should already know that if a guy is trying to move in with you, it's a red flag. Men don't move in with women, not if he's a provider and protector.
right,
Um, he should already been established and provide the same amenities prior to even, being with you. So the
right,
idea of moving in with you, asking about, or inquiring about or concerning himself about what kind of money you make, borrowing your car, all these different little tricks and trades that you saw in the movie Baby Boy. These are red flags.
right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Let me see if I got anything more about that. Making more money than you. No, I said everything. Uh,
You
don't be
shouldn't
acting
be
like
you
if,
shouldn't be
if
after purpose talking about helping him get something like CDLs or high school diplomas or college or anything of significance that contributes to him independently or as an independent person.
right,
Don't put yourself in a position to feel like you're his mother or something that a mother would do for a son. That should basically cover.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know when to give that nigga some money,
Yeah. If you
and
nip that in the butt, then that would save you a whole lot of crap later. To
now
be
don't be
honest.
acting stingy. Don't be acting stingy and selfish. You know what I'm saying? Be generous. You know what I'm saying? You need to give at least 10% of
There,
that
there's,
time.
there's a big difference between taking you to lunch at Wendy's versus me paying your rent. You know, there's a difference between, 20 bucks in a gas tank until you get paid versus me just taking care of your whole car insurance for 6 months straight. So, you have to have boundaries. That's basically what I'm saying.
Right, 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 right. Well, we
Especially
got
if you're
another.
not, I'm sorry, especially if you're not married to them. That's the biggest factor. Don't do so much with somebody and you're not even legally married to them. That makes
Well,
no sense.
well, we can get deep up into that also because love is love. Shit, love
Love
is
is
love.
love. Love
Love
is
is
love.
love. But you don't want to do shit too fast. Especially even when you're married, you don't want to do shit too fast. You fuck around getting married, motherfucker actually co-sign next week. No, you don't want to do. You don't want to do shit like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, if you're talking about sharing credit and all of that when you're legally married, that's a difference than trying to share credit with somebody you just been with for 6 months.
Mhm. But I'm your wife. You ain't gonna co-sign for me.
I mean,
Man,
I'll
hold on,
co-sign
man.
for a woman that's legally my wife, but I ain't co-signing with somebody that I just been with 6 months and all of a sudden got a sob story. I'm trying to get this, this degree finished, but I'm short. And listen, you should have thought about that before you started college. It's just some things you gotta have like I said, a barrier, a boundary about. You really got
Right,
to.
right, right, right. All right, let me see what this next question is we got in the chat, man. Thank y'all for keeping the questions coming in the chat also. I
Mhm.
appreciate that. Ooh, Carl, this is a good one. You ready for this?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're ready for this, man. How far into a relationship should you know if you want to get married or not?
Back to boundaries again. Um, I understand some people are slower than others, experiences, traumas, social media, all these things, even their own parents. But there's no way in the world 5, 10 years, 15 years. I don't care if you even got kids with the person. Do you sit here and tell me you're not legally married?
Right,
So the boundary price would be about, I would say 3 years would be a reasonable amount of time. And the reason why
right,
I say 3 years, because you already got the first year of being familiar with a person where you're living in your place, they living in their place.
right,
By the second, third year, there should be, if you're doing this with a purpose now, not recreational. And this also tells you if a person is serious about what they say.
right,
2 years, 3 years, now you start discussing maybe, spending more time with each other at each other's house. So that means she comes over to my house and she got a little stuff there, change of clothes or whatever. And we feel that out. And the same vice versa. So by the third, fourth year, it shouldn't be no issue. You should already have it outlined if you want to go that route. But this again goes back to interacting with a purpose.
yeah.
So, but having a baby
Um,
with somebody, living with somebody, oh yeah, we've been living together for 8 years, boyfriend and girlfriend for 2 years. Okay, you're adding up too much time that you could already, because remember, at any time during the course of the relationship, something can happen where you're tested. And now you don't have no legal say in anything when it
right,
comes to a person. So come on, come
right,
on.
right, right. Um, I've never proposed to anyone and never even. Well, I ain't gonna say I ain't thought about it, but Yeah, no, hell no, no.
Remember, we can't
I
make
wouldn't be able to know.
Remember, we can't make abnormal normal.
What's that mean?
10 years is my girlfriend.
Yeah, shit like that. But I was young doing shit like that when it was appropriate. But I never reached 10 years, especially faithful. Uh, shit.
8 years living together, and you got 2 kids together. Come on,
Yeah,
dog.
like I ain't never did that. Like so I've never done that. Like no,
Five
hell no.
years? Nah. Come on,
No,
man.
we've been going to school together for 7 years, from kindergarten all the way to high school. But that's pretty much all I got in me.
But when you reach 30, all that 5, 10, 15 years, that shit stops. Come on, man. We're not, you know, you got away with that shit during your teen years and your 20, but when you get up there, man, time is ticking. Don't be wasting nobody else's time because you have issues and you want the benefits with your selfish ass of acting like you're in a marriage, but you're not. Come on. We're just roommates with benefits.
Right, 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 right.
With no repercussions behind responsibility because there is no responsibility. There's no repercussion. Just change the lock, kicked out, whatever. Nah, there
I
got to be
feel
accountability.
we got a special question from a male,
Oh,
a man to be exact. Uh, would you like to hear it?
I love it.
How do you know? Let me look at you. How do you know when to draw the line from from helping someone because you care about them to where you're looking like a simp?
I love that. It's called moderation. One thing that I strongly believed in growing up, even as an adult, never interfere or take away a woman's independence. You can do some things for a woman, but some things you should back away from and let her still, and I don't want to use the term let, but fall back and don't interfere and don't try to do everything for her because it becomes a domino effect. Meaning, one of the key elements is I'm not a loan shark, so don't ever come to me talking about you want to borrow some money.
Right,
So, and keep gifts and certain things at a minimal. Don't do like okay. It started out with $10, then it got up to 20, then 50. Before you know it, it's 100. And every time that money is involved, it's always, well, if you love me, or if you care about me, or if you're my man, then you would. If you're a real man, you would. No, 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 no. What we're gonna do is this: we are gonna look out for each other on the bare minimum.
right,
When you decide that you are gonna upgrade with me in this relationship, like I said, you're dating, you just met. There's no reason why two, three, four, $500 is just thrown around like it's water. When
right,
you upgrade the relationship beyond dating, now you're actually together in a relationship, you can upgrade in moderation. But once you get to the level of engagement and marriage, now it's all bets in. But you don't sit here and give husband or wife benefits to someone that's not your husband or wife. Yo, baby,
right,
yo, I got this transmission problem. Oh, baby, here's $1,000 because I got it like that. No, no, because guess what's going to happen? You opening the door, and I'm not saying all, but I'm saying you open the door for them to come back for another 1,000 for something else, or 5,000 for something else. Maybe they up it.
Right.
So moderation. Keep it low and simple, basic.
I agree with you on the moderation part. However, I don't know the situation of how long this guy's been dealing with this girl, but I would say if you've been dealing with her for a long time, however long that is, or some time, you need to look at the patterns.
Yeah,
Uh,
always.
what you're putting in and what they're asking for, are you receiving back in any shape, form, or fashion?
Mhm.
Uh, because even if it's the bare minimum, you need to figure out what the hell you paying for. Because if you're not spending time with them, if you're not having sex with them, if you're not being met halfway, or if it's not being paid back, come on.
So
You,
for every $100 dinner you're spending to take her out on, she keep taking you to Wendy's for lunch.
right. Right. Call
I'm
on.
just saying.
Who's on the line?
Peace, peace. What's up? This lovely me. Happy birthday, Zilla.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I hope you had an awesome, 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 fantastic birthday. Look like you still celebrating.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, cheers to that. Cheers to that. I appreciate it.
Okay, I got a question.
Thank you for calling in. What's your question?
Um, at what point in your career do you feel like it takes precedent over your relationship?
At what point in my career does it take precedent over my relationship? Relationship, not marriage, right?
Uh, have you ever been married?
No, I have not, but I know how I would feel and carry myself as a husband.
Okay, well, answer it in both aspects.
I'm trying to understand the question. Are you saying when does the career takes precedent over the relationship?
You still there, caller?
Yep.
Okay, so which one is it? When does the career take precedent over the relationship or the relationship over the career? I don't think she can hear me.
Can you hear Carl, caller?
I cannot. I cannot.
Okay, I
I'm
didn't think
trying.
she
I
could hear me.
cannot.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Are you saying when does the relationship take over the career or the career take over the relationship?
Um. Well, so when you're making a lot of money, you got a demanding career. Sometimes it's hard to balance out in your relationship, right? So, at what point do your career just like it just takes precedent over this, or is the relationship more important than the career?
I would have to say they're both equal. However, the relationship spouse should understand that a career is a career just like they should have one. And work will never be more important than the spouse and the careers that both spouses may have. It goes hand in hand with the relationship. They make it work.
Do
Now,
you feel like
excuse
my
one
bad? Go
sec.
ahead.
Now,
I
if your
disagree.
spouse is acting the fuck up and ain't acting like a spouse no more, you can, and I prefer putting a little more focus into getting that damn money. than going out and fucking around, going out and giving tit for tat. But if you're not getting peace at home or peace in your relationship, and you don't want to be that person, then you could president that career over it and probably start fucking somebody at work.
Oh, damn.
But that's another story.
I I have to say this. This is more
This is
about
more about
sacrifice. Okay.
sacrifice, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. This is about sacrifice.
So, as far as I'm concerned, with logic, the career doesn't come precedent over the relationship. And the reason why it doesn't is because this was existed before and it must be maintained during and even after you. So you can't put a career over a relationship by logic. Because if he doesn't have a career, he can't protect, he can't provide.
Mm-hmm.
So do you really want to jeopardize his career so you can get whatever it is you think you want? Or would you prefer him to focus on the career so y'all both can have what you need?
Definitely focus on a career, but not everybody is that understanding. Do you think that the more dangerous the career, the more strain it puts on a relationship and or a marriage?
Of course, but somebody got to do it.
I mean, why not a career change?
Oh no.
Okay, so let's look at it that way. If every woman told their
I'm not
man
saying
to
it's a
change their career,
requirement.
no, I'm just asking a question,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm answering it really. If every woman that dealt with a police officer, a fireman, a military, secret service, real dangerous jobs, told their husband, change your career, who would put out the fire? Who would protect the government? Who would be protecting the streets?
Right.
Who would protect America from foreign evasion?
You're right. You got a point.
So somebody got to do it.
Right.
And
That
salute to the
are
wives that are
married to
married
those
to
type of
those
service.
type of servicemen. Okay, even down to the bodyguards who put their life on the line for others.
Excellent to them.
Any more questions, sweetheart?
No, that'll be all. I hope you continue to have a great birthday and y'all enjoy the rest of the night. Thanks for allowing me on your platform.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling
I
in.
really like those questions though that you asked.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was a good question. Thank you. Keep them coming.
Okay.
One of the things that I've always noticed too is that people, when they get involved with each other, they don't ask the right questions.
Oh no.
And those are the type of questions that people should ask. Like, hey, this is how you met me. We hear even on social media these little stories about strippers and chicks that had only fan pages. And now the guy comes in and say, hey, you gotta give that up because of XYZ. But that's how you met her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what paid her bills. So if
Right.
you want her to stop doing it, then you must be replacing what she was making.
Right.
That's
Right.
it.
Um, it's a whole bunch of shit I gotta say, and I don't know where to start.
Look at it for what it is. The same way a man would look at a woman and say, hey, give that up so we can be together and for whatever, that contribute towards the relationship. It's the same vice versa. If you tell a man to stop working a dangerous job or
Right.
even tell a man to stop being a stripper, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't know if I would flip out or go off, excuse not flip out, but go off to change my career. Or if I would just ignore that shit. Because I don't see myself ever
Ignoring it is
asking.
not going to be healthy.
Well, true. But when I mean ignore it, I'm talking about just look out. You know?
I, I, I would think that if you're already in the relationship, because this wouldn't apply if you're dating, if you're already in a relationship or a marriage for that factor, these are things that, like I said before, should be discussed, ask the right questions prior to, because remember, we're switching from being independent as men or women to being interdependent. And part of interdependency is getting along with each other. So understanding that, hey, babe, I get up every day, 10, 12, 16 hours a day, protecting people or putting out fires or whatever it is, you know, even if you're in the corporate world, hey, there's times I got to stay late nights. We got meetings, we got crash times, whatever.
Right.
Hey, I'm not going to be at the soccer game. I'm not going to be there for, family day. There's some things that have to be sacrificed. If you want to live the way you're living, if you want me to protect and provide, this is the sacrifice. This is the requirements. So if you
So
don't want it like that, I will cut my hours down, quit my job, and then you can replace what's missing. But at no time do you sit here and complain. It's one or the other. There's trade-offs in everything.
unless you're sick, I can't do nothing for you with my career. Unless you're sick, kids sick,
Hmm.
that's it. Um, but somebody chimes in and asks a question based on that. It says, "Does what she wants matter, or is it your way or the highway?"
It's what's effective. It's what's necessary. You understand? It's not my way. It's not her way. It's
Hmm.
what's necessary to accomplish the goal.
Um, I agree with that.
So
And
if you want it all, let's look at that for a second. If you're telling me you want the man home more often, but you want him to make a certain amount of money, you get what I'm saying? You want it all. It doesn't work like that. And a man would have to explain that one time, not two, not three, not four, one time to that woman, and then, hey, make a decision. Either you're gonna keep it or you're gonna leave it alone.
hmm
But you don't drag it and you don't pressure and you don't make somebody feel guilty and manipulate them because you are being selfish. You're not interdependent. Or else it wouldn't even be on the table to talk about in the first place.
I can dig it. I would say if she can't get with the program and the program is the right program and we had communicated and tried to go every angle with doing what's right, uh, while still trying to compromise to her wants and or needs or whatever if they're reasonable, then we got to
Mhm.
you got to hit the highway because
Mhm.
I'm not going to just look at it like it's all about me. And if you don't do all about me, it's the highway. I understand compromising, and you should too. And I should be able to see the compromise, and you should too. And we both
Even
understand
if a guy,
sacrifices, huh?
I was going to say, let's say a less dangerous job, which most jobs are dangerous, but let's say a guy works in Walmart stocking shelves or supplies or whatever like that, right? Something less dangerous. Something that has set straight hours, 40 hours a week, 2 days off. Now you're gonna complain he don't make enough money. So he says, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go get a city job like sanitation or MTA or something or corrections. Now he's making more money, but he's not gonna be home as much. He's gonna be tired more often. Now you're gonna complain he's not around enough. So which way you want it? The guy that's making more money, that's putting in more time, or more, like you said, risk factors, versus the guy that's not making that much money and always available to schedule. I mean, come on, you can't have it all.
You got to
Because
think
even
about
if he hit the lottery tomorrow and he doesn't have to work for the rest of his life, now you're gonna complain he's always in your face.
it. Hmm.
You got all this money looking at each other every day with nothing to do. You're traveling to get everything is together because you don't. What is there to do? You don't have to work, so you can't have it all.
I agree with that. I agree with that. And if you don't understand that, then your ass got to hit the highway.
I agree. I would like to ask that question reverse to women. Would they give up a career, a job, or whatever
Hell no.
and
Hell
sacrifice
no.
for
No,
a
the answer is
relationship?
shit no. Shit.
The same way you can ask a man to do something for your own, personal or whatever reasoning. What about vice versa? Would you do it for him? And that's the thing that I think we have a lot of issues with. We expect or we want certain things from somebody else that we wouldn't do for them.
Hmm.
And that's crazy. This is why I talk about interdependency so much. Because interdependency doesn't allow that type of mindset or questioning or, debate to even take place. It's contradictory. Be real.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I don't know.
Ladies out in the comments, how y'all feel about what we saying? Uh, my sister Keeper chats, how much compromise is too much? Uh,
Mm,
you don't want to sell your soul and you don't want to be looking like a damn fool or an ass. So whatever that means to you. And also, again, like Carl stated earlier, moderate. You
definitely
know,
moderation.
two compromises should not occur when one has not been met. The first one has not been met.
Think of it like a volleyball game. I cook dinner, you cook breakfast. You know, I took out the garbage.
You gave me
You
some
cleaned the
head
bathroom.
or something like that. Yeah, whatever, whatever he said.
I took out the garbage. You took care of the bathroom. We can compromise on a few things, but everything have to be remembered about purpose. Do you understand? Never take the man or the woman out of their purpose. Because if you're a man and you're laying in bed and you know the brakes need to be changed, don't send the woman out there to change the brakes and change the oil.
Right.
That's out of purpose. Don't tell her to go out and cut the grass. Just because she can don't mean she should because it's taken out of purpose.
Do
And
you
the
really
same with a
believe?
man.
You really believe men got their girls out here cutting grass though, man?
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah,
believe. Can't.
yeah. And then
I
after
do.
all that working out, you're trying to figure out why she can pick you up and put you on the counter.
Right. 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 She been doing legs and shoulders, nigga, and arms.
Come on, you know.
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh boy.
Funny.
What? Mm, compromise. I believe in compromise, but there has to be boundaries even on compromise. Because I'm telling you, man, a lot of times we compromise, like you said, a little bit too much because we are trying to bribe somebody, or we're trying to make somebody feel guilty, or we're just trying to manipulate the situation
Hmm.
so we can build a point. Yo, remember that time when I did X, Y, Z? This,
Oh
that.
man, and that don't take long. You'll always get it within a year, guaranteed. You get it within 12 months,
Boy, look,
guaranteed.
I did all the cleaning, all the cooking. I did all of this, all of that. So now you owe me. I'm cashing it in. What
Hmm.
the hell? Come on, man.
Hmm.
Come on.
I
Love
can't.
on each other, man. Love on each other. Don't use it as a business or a transaction because it's gonna bite you in the ass later.
It always do.
You
It
know.
always do. It always do. What's the next topic we got for next week, Carl?
I would like to leave that open because I remember last episode you told people what the topic was, but because of your birthday, we have to, how you say, reschedule that same
Improvise.
topic. So I'm gonna leave that topic open and timing so that way we can start fresh when we start up on new episodes.
Okay. Well, we had a good show
Absolutely.
this week. I
Yes.
thank everybody for coming in. Carl, I thank
Lovely
you again
questions.
for making time. Know you're busy, man. Thank you to all the viewers. Thank you
Mhm.
to everybody that called in. Only one, but we'll have more.
Well, like I said, the premise of the show hopefully would be a safe, open space for women to come ask questions of about men, what they think, what they feel, why they react certain ways, and so forth. Because regardless if you have a father in your life or you don't, regardless of your background, it's all right to ask a man something that you didn't know about, or just to inquire. And being critiqued is one of the hardest things that I see people have.
Right.
So Ask a Man Monday is necessary, just so women have an outlook to ask a man, hey man, this is what I'm going through, or this is what I've experienced, or this is what I heard. What do you think? What's really the real behind the scene? And we'll tell you straight up the way it is. I'm just applying logic, not my personal feelings or what I've been through or nothing. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep this logical. What makes sense?
I like it.
Neutral, in a neutral manner. I gotta say that. Neutral. And Zilla, he's the comedian. So you have the
I
best
felt
of all
that.
worlds.
I felt that one. I felt that one. Well, we have finished up another week.
Hey man,
Lord have mercy. We finished up another week.
hey, we're gonna make it happen. Life is life, but make it happen. And like I said,